Hey guys, welcome to yet another 70-star league match, this time between RockChalk and Heisenburger, two NA boys in the 70-star league for GSA Season 3. I'm going to be commentating this one, and we'll get right into it as soon as we can get the match started. Taking a look at the stats, we have a bit of a shift from last week. Punkay in the top spot now, 4-0. Blue Bob and Cheese, 3-0. Blue Bob is new to the league this season. And looking at the standings, we also have Wilco replacing Paracusia. Going to be going forward with that. So yeah, Heisen and RockChalk. RockChalk is overall in terms of PBs the better player, but also he is in the middle of a pretty rigorous part of his med school coursework, I guess. He has exams in March. So he's pretty much only playing Mario for these races until then. So he is definitely going to be rusty, and it's going to be kind of a scrappy one here today if I had to guess. But we'll see what he's able to do. Okay. And back to the standings, we actually have Benji and Gainai, two young Austrian and German players respectively in the middle of the league. So RockChalk is below them, 1 and 2. Heisenburger has not won a game yet. He's looking for that first W of the season along with Proto Man, who is, along with Blue Bob and Gainai, one of the new additions. Oh, JJ as well. So we have quite a few new people. But currently we are kind of seeing this split, because with the last league you had a few people who we knew were going to get the top. It was Punkay, Cheese, D whatever, and maybe Ouija, I think. But when the league went on, things started to kind of fizzle out in the middle. But we had, Punkay still the very top, Cheese, D whatever kind of right behind him. So we might see that again. But Blue Bob's still 3-0. It kind of depends who you play, of course. I don't think Blue Bob has played Cheese or Punkay yet, but we'll see how long he can stay undefeated. So meanwhile, Gainai is popping off right now. He's got a 143 and 120 star. That was just this week, or maybe last week. He is one of the kind of biggest rising stars, I would say. Like, he's already got a 48 and a 143. He's been playing for not quite 2 years. So pretty fast improvement. Definitely be on the lookout for him. He's a good friend of mine as well. And honestly, everyone in this league is super cool. Wish them all the best. But, in races such as this, there can only be one winner. So it's going to be RockChalk or Heisen. Heisen with his first dub. Rock with the second to make it 2-2. Trying to break even. But it's not going to be easy. I know Heisenburger's been doing 120-star speedruns. He's been putting out some attempts. He's gotten close to PBing, not quite. But I think, like, with Heisen, he has kind of like a weird mental block that holds him back. So I know he can improve his PB by a lot because it's been a while. When RockChalk kind of decided to take this break, he was on the brink of getting like 140 and 120 star. So he's like right below the very top runners. Like, you look at the people who got invited to break the record live, RockChalk would be like one of the next like 2 or 3 people you invite. If you were doing like 10 people, he would be on the list. So he's a pretty good Mario player, if I do say so myself. Also, fun fact, he is one of the only people who has done analog frame walk in 120 star. He pretty much mained it and runs like a month or so following the A2D ban. But anyway, we are into the castle for Heisenburger, but not RockChalk. Missing Lactu Skip, got a bit of a smile, not taking this one too seriously, but is going to be losing about 8 seconds. That's a doorbell. Alright, bomb clip attempt. Now, for Heisenburger, he is someone who suffers from early race nerves. Good to see bomb clip go well first try. I remember once he actually died on that. I know that might be a bit of a sore spot, but just not being able to grab the bomb and it blowing up 4 times in a row. And then of course we have RockChalk, pretty comfy bomb clip as ever. Now, if you have a guess for the slide time, you can go ahead and throw that in the chat. I'm going to say 12-9 for both. I'm going to predict some rust. Well, maybe not rust, but... Oh, Heisenburger taking the big fall. That's an unfortunate circumstance that happens if you dive just a bit early. Now, a 15.9. If you bonk, as RockChalk might, no, getting it perfectly. Bonking loses like a second and a half. RockChalk with a nice 12.7. Excuse me, but Heisenburger lost a good 3 seconds due to that big faceplant. Now, usually there's a small fall damage, which you lose 2 health and get a bit squashed, and the big fall damage, which is 4, but when you land from a dive, you either get, like, actually I don't know if it's specifically because of the dive, but for the side it's either 4 or nothing. And Heisenburger is first going to be going for that regular cannonless setup. Now, simply made a video about this quite recently, explaining the history of the setup and the incredible pain that runners went through before this was found. RockChalk sipping on that Kansas mug. A good day to be a Chiefs fan. Good week, I should say. He was on Twitter repping Pat Mahomes. You know, he is probably actually a rare circumstance of a speedrunner who is, you know, a fairly enthusiastic sports fan. It's still maybe a Chad, but he's got the gamer juice because he nailed Owlus, despite probably not having done it since last week. Which he had not done then since the week before, and etc. So, good as he can still pull off a lot of this stuff and stay competitive in Whomps. Yeah, he's a Chad, of course. RockChalk and Heisenburger both making the cycles. Oh no, I take that back. RockChalk jumping with a, I guess, a too shallow jump. He just needed to hold it down a bit. And going into the piranha plane, you cannot hit him while he is snapping at you. You gotta let him go back to sleep. You know, maybe you have like a cranky grandma or something. You just gotta wait it out, okay? So RockChalk gonna be losing a lot of time here. A full 2 cycles, I believe. Gonna be about 25 seconds. And really not getting these long runs. Actually, you need to kill the piranha, so I guess that's understandable. Heisenburger, meanwhile, finishing up pretty solid. I know, like, the difference is partly due to Rock not playing, but Heisenburger is playing quite well, and I think that's worth pointing out. I'm going for Wild Blue. And then we'll see. Okay. Messing up there. Now, I would say, now that was like a 5-second time loss. From the fade out of this, you want to give yourself like a minute 16, roughly. So, what's this going to be, like 6:54 when he gets out of Whomps, if he doesn't mess up too much. We'll see. But sub 7 with a little bit of mistakes in between. RockChalk not so fortunate. He's going to be in the 7-minute range, but nothing he can't come back from. Both runners messing up on what a lot of people would consider the simplest star. It is difficult to do fast, and I think a lot of people suffer from trying to do it too quickly, myself included. But that's just one situation where trying to get a perfect side flip is really not worthwhile. And if you really want to talk about specifics, there is a concept of the instant side flip, which is not generally used, but a lot of times speedrunners might do it without like explicitly trying, and that's when you move, or when you press the A button 1 frame after you move. So rather than having to actually stop well, for that Tuna Wild Blues side flip, you have to like kind of point down toward the camera, then back up. You can pretty much do it all in one frame without actually having to put Mario in that kind of skidding animation, or kind of like that foot planted turn that you can try to look at when he does tower. Like top of the fortress here. Or just any side flip in the game. You'll see them do the motion where Mario plants his foot and flips around. RockChalk not going for fence flip. I highly support this decision. It only saves like 0.2, and also you got to consider that that's a pretty costly mistake if you mess it up, and that's not something RockChalk needs to be worried about. Oh, Heisenburger taking a bit of a bonk. 13-1. We'll see if RockChalk can get another good slide time. Remember, he got a 12-7. Heisen got like a 15-9 because of that face plant. Now we've got Mr. Burger and Wingcap. RockChalk going for the safe. Okay. Very interesting. He got a 12.7 first time and then decided, wait, what if I just did this instead? 16-6. You won't see that very often, if ever. Maybe just meaning maybe had something he didn't like about his previous slide. Oh, didn't get the turnaround. You're right. Cap for RockChalk. This is a deceptively difficult star. It may look like they're just kind of moving through the air, but it's not like if you were flying an airplane and I don't know, like if it was Star Fox or something, or some video game where you're flying with a pretty easy to control vehicle. Oh, the rollout on the Switch. That is some swag. Unexpected and unlooked for, but very much welcome from Rock himself. I actually know Heisen got the 15-9, but yeah, one bad slide from both runners. Alright, Heisen getting Shig Cycle. Not going to be dying here. Poverty Shig method. Now, some people will say that it's slightly faster, but you really have to make it save the time, and that's not really something that is advisable in the race. So I would say it's the same speed as normal Shig. Now, what is interesting in Dark World is we've had a development that can save over half a second, and possibly the most optimized stage in the game due to lobby backwards long jump in every other category. Somehow, no one has figured out how to consistently save time. This is where RockChalk jumps there. You can actually go and side flip wall kick off of one of these overhanging rooftops. Oh, double firsties as well, but just barely missing it. Can he get the back up? He's doing the frame perfect jumps and he makes it over. That's so difficult. The slope is extremely slippery. If you miss one frame perfect jump, you will slide all the way down. He had to hit like 5 in a row to hit the jump dive and roll out at the top. So that's kind of nutty. But yeah. So the strat I was referring to earlier was found by Salt and Ginger. You might not know, but he's kind of cool. And it saves like half a second, but it's quite difficult because you can also die if you mess it up. But I think in 16 star at least, people who are doing runs like Slippery Nip, what a name, he's definitely doing it. And Lunar Jump set a new Dark World IL record using the strat. And we have RockChalk hitting that sky jump as Heisenburger enters Cool Mountain. English version is 3 seconds faster in 70 star, and like about the same amount slower in 120 star. So it depends which category you want to run. And of course, from the chat as well, Pace. Big live event. I was there in 2019, our first one. Absolute blast. I had so much fun meeting everyone. And the environment was super cool. Like, the atmosphere was really laid back, and it was people who really just knew the games and loved playing them. So I think, like, if you ever want to get like some kind of up close experience that's not a GDQ but gives you kind of the same opportunities to hang out and meet people, Pace is a great option. I think it is also a good length. It's not like a whole week. It's like a 4-day weekend. So late May, 21st through 24th, you should check it out and sign up if you'd like to go. See, RockChalk has, I'll just say vaguely and then I'll give you specifics. RockChalk has a high 48. Heisenburger has a high-ish 49. I want to say he has like a 49-40. Maybe it's 50. RockChalk has a 49-10, but I know he got a 48 at some point. I don't know why he didn't submit it. And Heisenburger does in fact have a 49-50 from over a year ago. Yeah, I think I remember him getting a 48 in like October-ish. Not super sure. You know, it might have been the one where his recording was like heavily distorted and he couldn't really like get it verified. I think that's what happened. He's had like some issues with Amarek being weird, to say the least. It is in some cases a good program, and in many other cases not a good program. It's what we use to record game feed, and also like if you want to listen through headphones, it'll output the sound, which is what I also do. Frank and Rock are an iconic duo. They just kind of like look at each other. Like, Frank looks at Rock, Rock looks at him, then looks back at the game. Frank keeps staring. Frank looks away, Rock looks back at Frank. Like, play by play, happening all the time. You know, there's a movie with, like, Harrison Ford. I forget what it's called. But it's, like, him and the dog out in the wilderness. I was kind of, like, confused when I saw the trailer. I'm like, really? But, yeah, that's a thing. Not sure if it's good or not, but it might be. Who knows? Both Heisenberg and RockChalk and BBH. One of the shortest stages we do in 70, if not the shortest. Unless you want to count maybe Bob-omb Battlefield. And Heisen and Rock not having perfect boo kills. But that's okay. You know, Heisen's still in the lead, but he's played pretty consistently. I think RockChalk has not had much opportunity to make that ground up. And, like, even though there are some things that Heisen can do better, he's going to be out with, like, a very low 16, which is pretty solid, I would say, in a race. At, you know, also, like, at a 49 level. It's not like D whatever who's going to drop, like, a 1540 or something like that. So, yeah, 1606. Good beginning for Heisen. But we also have to see if he can make a cell work when, okay, maybe I'm stupid because RockChalk is already down there. Oh, RockChalk's doing double plus, so we have a route difference. We're gonna have the risky star, which is pillarless if you don't know. He's gonna have to do it twice. One for the star at the top of the pyramid, one for the 5 secrets inside. And that can save like 8 seconds, but if you mess plus up once, you can lose that time. And if you die or mess up twice, then it's a big deficit. Alright, muscle memory not serving him well. Going for the combo press, that requires some good precise positioning and a frame perfect A and B press simultaneously. Not actually frame perfect, but simultaneous frame input. What was that? He went for the rollout and just kind of came up short on the belly slide right before the star, not getting any luck there on the game. Meanwhile, Heisenburger doing a safe strat. Very easy basic plus, but getting in, and very quick ascent on the pyramid as well. No hesitation. Yeah, the game audio pitch usually has to do with Amarek. Also, 4BB don't do 31 star. Mars is just trolling. Mars-chan. You should start with like 70 star. Or like if you just want to learn to see if you like it, 16 is the most common beginner category. And a death from RockChalk. Plus not helping him at all. Maybe not the best option here. Should consider doing single plus. The pyramid now RockChalk is getting that second star. Heisenburger doing reds, a bit of a slip up, but getting it done, and RockChalk getting talons. Kind of back to the status quo, hopefully, for basement, where aside from plus, the rest is pretty easy, I would say. Well, there is lava boost. We'll have to see how that one goes. Alright, boiling the big bully, RockChalk coming around, and Heisenburger. So they are doing the same star. And now we got bullies, kind of just the same star extended. You got to kill 3 little guys, hopefully all at once. Heisenburger didn't quite get that, but then you got to kill the big one that jumps from the sky. And the way that bullies work is pretty much you just have to be in the air or like doing an attack, but on your way down from being in the air or in a ground pound is a pretty good way. They go in the direction you're facing. So as you see RockChalk, you're just going to turn around and face the edge and then do a ground pound there. But really messing that up. Wow, what a good size of ground pound though to get the big bully off to the side. Really quick recovery. Could have been a lot worse. And now we have long jump lava boost from Heisen. He used to do triple jump, I think. But very successful with the long jump. Save easy strat for sure. And getting it done. Alright, Tyson on the final star in Lethal Lava Land. 2146, 47. Pretty good. Definitely PBable. Obviously, this is only about 1/3 of the way through the run, but there is pretty good case to be made that he could be on pace. Might be a bit of a speed run going on here. So meanwhile, Rock has one last star. It is also elevated toward the volcano, which requires the same volcano entry movement as Lava Boost, which can be a bit tricky. You have to kind of thread 2 fireballs in the bully. Taking a lot of damage here, but waiting for the fire is the smart way to play it. And getting out. So he's about a minute behind. World record is 47:08 by D whatever, aka Mr. Speedrun 2. Now we have Eisen going for the sub. This is going to be his second to last star before Fire C, which, if you don't know, it's one of the most pivotal stages in the run. It's quite a big turning point. Playing it safe on the back sub. You know, not a whole lot to go over with DDD, but it's just kind of the same old situation. Oh, RockChalk missed the chest. Gonna have to double back. Unfortunate time loss. A good like 5 seconds every time you miss one. Alright, now we're back into something juicy. Fire C with a good run out of DDD for Heisenburger. If he can convert this, he will definitely be on PB pace. To get a 49, you're looking at like a sub 26:30 Fire C. If you can get close to like a 25, then that's a pretty good position to be going upstairs. Really bad rollout though. I don't know if he can make Lava Boost. He's really gonna have to push it. Triple jump here, 2 wall kicks. It's gonna be tight, folks. Oh, I think he can get it. Yeah, he's got it. Just barely. Heisenberger gonna get the speed conservation run up onto the platform. That happens when you hit the edge as it kind of points outward toward Mario, so you actually extend it, or you climb onto it from the bottom rather than on the side. Missing the ending, gonna take a big bonk followed by a burn. What a backup though. That was actually a really good analysis from Heisenberger. He waited on the long jump, holding back so he could long jump wall kick off the wall and grab the pole in a better spot. So I think that was actually quite a solid adjustment from him. Not ideal, but quite good. I think he's definitely going to be on for like a 26:10-ish. Now we got Rock coming up here into the cage. This is about a year old. The way we are doing it now is different from how we used to. I was looking for the big single jump rather than double jump wall kick, or doing the lava burn. There are a few alternate methods you can do to get from the 3rd red to the 4th, but some are faster than others. A single jump is fast, but it's a bit risky because if you wait too long, you slow down and you can't actually make enough height for the wall kick. Really good ending though. Side flip into the pole off the lava boost. Heisenberger failing to exit course. But yeah, going upstairs 26:3. He had like a, what, 2615 Fire C? Definitely PBable. Would have to have a solid enough upstairs, but he could do it, I believe. PB in a race, hog champ, question mark. Now this is a 100 coin that can go pretty well or pretty bad. That can be said about a lot of things in this game, but none much more than what Dry World 100 with a lot of RNG compared to the 70-star category in general. Like that Skeeter ran away and then came back. So he had to hit the switch and then kind of make it 360. Like, not it was 360, but a U-turn to get that Skeeter. Now we see him coming up, unlocking these secrets as he goes. Those 2 boxes and like the big pushing boxes, and then some coins. So he still has his spare. He can miss 1 from here to the end and still have enough to avoid getting backups. He missed the box on the side flip, so that's gonna need a ground pound or a second double jump under the box, which is what he opts for. A little bit of scuffed Mario movement up top. As RockChalk begins his own 100 coins, still a good minute behind. Oh, Heisenburger, bad angle, but managing to save it with a quick course correction, jump, and dive rollout. Almost really good RNG for Rock, but that buffer kick still worked out pretty well. Had to go in a big circle, couldn't actually get those blue coins in a proper line. Now, this is what I want to see from Heisenberg. He's been doing this box break triple jump, which is mainly done amongst top runners. Some other people have done it as well, but like it saves about 0.3, and it's not something, maybe 0.5. That's something many people consider worth it. Oh no, missing a wall kick, falling all the way down. That's gonna be a big time loss. Luckily, he can get back up here before the elevator reaches the top. He had the triple jump wall kick, which is the hard part, plus the box break. It was really just timing, and also his angle caused him to end up underneath where he needed to get up onto. So when that happens, you gotta do a lot of wall kicks, pretty much holding your down left notch. And if you're not familiar with the N64 controller, like, you have to be very careful about moving it in a way that you have enough speed to wall kick, and also just the timing of it with lag can make it very difficult. So not too surprised that happened, but very unfortunate. It was going to be a good star. He did get top of the town very easily though, so I'm happy to see him bounce back at least. And we see Rock doing the more conventional triple jump, not doing the box break, but he is going for the triple jump wall kick, and he makes it too. That's a very difficult strat. And now this is a big potential time save to make this race a bit closer. And the same mistake! Falling down, but actually landing on the elevator, going to save him a little bit on the backup. But then he takes a few extra wall kicks, so I would say they just broke even. That's a wash. Who would have thought the elevator star would be so difficult? Heisenburger getting the secrets done while RockChalk is wrapping up Wet Dry World. We see 40 stars out of 70, 30 to go. RockChalk getting the last and easiest in the stage. If Heisenberg going for that movement, loses over a second, but what do I know? Just kidding. But he's going for mountain clip, not getting a good rollout, will not have enough speed to dive through. You kind of need to dust this rollout so that you have enough speed to just dive directly into the mountain face. You know, THI tends to go pretty quickly. Like I said, BBH is one of the shortest. THI also less than 2 minutes. 3 quick ones. And you're done. Not ground pounding. Eternal shame on his undying soul. Now we have RockChalk going for top of the huge island. Maybe he can get the mountain clip that Heisenburger failed. And there we go. That's how it's supposed to look. A nice adjustment on the long jump angle to get over to the side so you don't land in the water. That's one of the big points to consider here. Bit of a star sink, but different stars, of course. Like, when you get up on the mountain, you have to make sure that you can long jump right away. And also, once you're done with the long jump, do a quick jump dive. So, good work from Rock. Now, mountain clip number 1 from Heisenburger. And the log wall kick to follow it up, making it up here. It's amazing how much extra work the game would have you do if you wanted to get up the island normally. You pretty much have to go in a circle to get to where the breeze takes you by the Chuckya. You go all the way around the island. Or you climb the red coin maze and then go around again. Then you have to like jump past the waterfall area to get around to the top. Here we have Scale of the Mountain once again, making short work of these mountain clip stars. And another star sink. What do you know? Now, we have TTM Reds, one of the spicier stars, and they're both doing it at the same time. Heisenburger not going for the side flip wall kick, but he is able to get out of the maze without any issues. RockChalk not going for it either, so kind of interesting to see both runners playing it safe, but really threading the needle here, avoiding any bonks, lag, moles, and other issues that may involve death. Alright, Heisenburger last star in TTM. Going for the breeze. Like I said before, it would take quite a while to get here going around the mountain. But what the heck was that? It almost looked like he didn't even try. But no, he just didn't get forward enough. There he goes. Backup is fine. Right, Snowman's head, not gonna happen. Not getting the triple jump off, and that still means you're gonna have to go for quite a long walk around to get that triple jump restarted. So instead, he's gonna go for a backup. Rock going for breezeless. Can he get it? Rusty boy, but apparently not a breezy boy either. He's gonna go ball out. Now here we have RockChalk nailing Snowman's head, or more or less. But Heisenburger's already done. Now before we get to Tippy, we're gonna head on down to the basement a little bit. Laying down under can take a few stars out of there, including Toad, Nips, and 4 in HMC. Meanwhile, RockChalk can be just finishing up Snowman's lane. Alright, that's gonna be it for Rock. Heading downstairs. Heisenburger gonna be doing box jump. Only one here in 70. Needed to kind of pull a bit up right on that. Second one not gonna work out. It is a bit difficult. That's gonna be a substantial time loss. RockChalk maybe not so far behind now as he was. We'll see though. Heisenburger at least gets the backup for Christmas Miracle. And he'll have another go box jump in just a few seconds. And he's got it. So at least backup happening, and Rock. Been laying right on that star. It's very convenient how the angle works out. You can get a really nice just left to right angle, and then you land right in the middle. Alright, there we go. RockChalk and Heisen just still chugging away, and then we'll really get to see the last two stages where the run's really going to get defined. Now Heisenburger is still on 49 pace, maybe not like a huge PB possible, but he could definitely get one if he can rock out and Tippy, play solid, get like a low 9-minute something, and then he can take home a mid 49. That is definitely an impressive thing to do in a race. If your PB is a 49.50, I think just being here in Tippy has to be a sign of encouragement for Heisenburger, knowing that going into the league he's always going to be an underdog. Sorry. But here we're entering Rainbow Ride, and this is really where, as Thera would say, the rubber meets the road. Like to bounce is priority 1. Let's see what strat he goes for. Alright, just side flips. I think this is going to work out. Hitting the like to bounce pretty squarely. He's playing it quite safe on the poles here. Not going for any quick transitions. Okay, red coins for Heisen. Meanwhile, RockChalk opening the tippy door. No BLJs in 70, of course. Alright. Pretty nice movement in the red coin maze. Pretty impressed, if I might say so. I think that was very clean. Yeah, controller can be tough. I started on like a PS3 controller and then got like a Nintendo 64 one like after 3-ish months. Heisenburger is really killing Rainbow Ride here though. Getting the tricky triangles wall. If he can actually get the triangles well, I think, well, what a curse. Commentator really bringing on the bad run vibes, I suppose. But don't worry about it. He's still good. RockChalk, can he also have a good Rainbow Ride Reds? This is, I think, a very underrated piece of movement. I mean, very biased to say this myself. But of course, you do see people mess this up more often than not. Yeah, there's a company called RAFnet or Mayflash that you could look up. RAPHNET. I bought an N64 USB adapter from them, and I still have it, but I haven't used it in quite a while. If you are in the SM64 Discord, I believe there's a guide about... Oh, RockChalk dying on tricky triangles. Could have got the wall kick, but I think that was the firstie. And no chance of a ledge grab. And yeah, I believe Heisen is still on pace. This is going to be a really crucial 10 to 20 seconds for Heisenburger. Got to be on his A game. Bad ball kicking, well, that's going to lose like maybe 2 seconds just from that alone. It might not look like much, but everything adds up in TDC 100. But it really is about not falling down. Can he get the coins? Oh, he still got him. That was so risky with the fire there and everything. I'm so surprised he got favorable RNG in that situation. None of them fell down. Didn't have to do a backup. Nice backflip strats to finish it up. Either RockChalk or Heisenburger opting for the safety red, which is kind of interesting. I think it's a pretty good investment if you'd like to lose 2 seconds for 2 coins. But, you know, it's whatever's more comfortable to you. Meanwhile, Heisenburger is starting on moving triple dome wall kicks. Kind of slow here, but for pendulums, you're just making the same cycle anyway. But signing off on his butt and bonking, that's probably going to be a dead PB for Heisen. All in a split second. RockChalk nice TPC 100 as well, kind of like ignored it for the most part, but it was fairly well moving as far as I saw. Yeah, I could definitely explain some tricks, like the time moving triple dome wall kick that RockChalk's going for. These pendulums are on a cycle when you enter the clock between the 7 and like the 11:30, if you want to think of it that way. So this is the fast time moving window, so that when you triple jump, you also have to wall kick at a 45-degree angle or less. So we're gonna do a camera setup when you jump in here. That looks like you're moving almost parallel to the wall, but if you look the way Mario is facing, you're just strafing a lot to the right, even though you're triple jumping at that kind of trajectory. So that lets you get the wall kick, and then you have to pull back. So you have to get enough speed from the wall kick that you can double jump and then hold. What? Heisenburger? I think he went for the ground pound. If you didn't ledge grab, you would just A-Z ground pound. But when you press Z, you fall off the ledge, and I think that's what happened. That's a very much Heisenburger kind of death. By that I mean like unfortunate or lack of awareness thing. I don't know. We might get RockChalk out of Tippy before Heisenburger. Who knows? This is going to be interesting now. 1 star left for Rock. Stop time for red coins. Heisenburger going in for time moving, which is of course to get a hand, which he died on. RockChalk missing the side flip angle. Who's going to be done first? Could it be Heisenburger? We might have a neck and neck race going into the final level. And it is going to be Heisen wrapping it up. RockChalk maybe 5 seconds behind. Alright fellas, we do actually now have a race. Alright, this movement here is quite difficult. Heisenburger getting the triple jump dive in RockChalk, also with a good angle. Will he make it? Yes, he does. Decent stairs as well. Not things to ignore. RockChalk with a bit of trouble there, punching at the top, you can tell. Not what he intended to do. Kind of awkward beginning from Heisen. Hopefully he can still make the normal elevator cycle. And let's see, not gonna make it. Falling all the way down. RockChalk could take the lead right here. Heisenburger getting the wall kick though. He's barely ahead. RockChalk is literally on his heels. They're going up the exact same block at the same time. Alright, what are they going to do for triple jump wall kick? Are they going to go forward moving left perhaps? Heisenburger is standing left. RockChalk moving. And that's not going to happen. He could have taken the lead right there. Heisenburger is actually having a meltdown. Just go for the pull. Why are you going for the wall kick now? He's really trying to reset this. He's not getting over. RockChalk has the opportunity once again. They're actually in sync. What the hell just happened? I cannot believe this. Heisenburger and Rock are pretty much on the same part of the elevator. RockChalk is like 1 second behind just due to the positioning. And they're going into the final pipe. Oh my god. Okay. This is actually down to throws. They have to do this, and they have to do it well, or the other person could just save time with better spins and tail grabs. Heisenburger, 2 spins and 3 spins. RockChalk saving a spin there with a better grab, with good regrabs for both of them. Spinning around throw 2 right on the money. This is the most important thing. RockChalk going for the big throw for a smaller third, but that's going to be way too far away. Heisenburger with the chance to win. He's going to close it out. Taking the W over RockChalk, nearly let it slip in PTC, but came back with the fire Bowser in the sky. Throws, but Sky actually terrible. I don't know what I'm saying, but that was actually nerve-wracking. I don't know how he managed to squeak this one out. RockChalk really almost had it. Could have PB going into tip. He lost a lot of time, but able to still take home his first W in the league. All right, we have another match coming up, and it's going to be Blue Bob and Cheese. So 2 players at the very top of the league, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
They are synced now. Do whatever. In the lead again.
Wow. Side for sure from Cheese. Okay, doing it, moving. Oh no,